Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Samir and today we will be studying about ecological adaptations of plants. Objectives includes what is plant adaptations, importance of plant adaptations, plant groups based on adaptations. Types of adaptations are morphological, anatomical and physiological adaptations of plants. Adaptations of hydrophytes includes morphological, anatomical and physiological adaptations of hydrophytes. Adaptations of plants. What is adaptation? Any feature of an organism or its part which enables it to exist under condition of its habitat is called adaptation. Adaptations offer withstand adverse conditions of environment, utilize maximum benefit of environment, nutrition or conditions. Adaptations may be morphological, anatomical, physiological and reproductive. Classifications of plants based on nature of substratum by Warming in the year 1898. Oxalophytes, plants growing on acid soil. Halophytes, plants growing on saline soil. Psammophytes, plants growing on sand. Lithophytes, plants growing on surface of rocks. Chasmophytes, plants growing on surfaces of rock. You can see the pictures of all the species mentioned below. Classifications of plants based on water relation by Warming. It was given in the year 1909. Hydrophytes, plants growing in or near water. Xerophytes, plants adapted to survive under very poor availability of water, like in desert conditions. Xerophytes are further classified into many groups. Then comes mesophyte, plants growing in an environment which is neither very dry nor very wet. Usual plants. Classifications of xerophytes by Warming 1909. Oxalophytes, plants growing on acid soil. Halophytes, plants growing on saline soil. Lithophytes, plants growing on rocks. Psammophytes, plants growing on sand and gravel. Chrysophytes, plants growing on wasteland. Rhemophytes, plants growing on deserts. Saprophytes, plants growing on cold soil. Xylophytes, plants growing on savanna. Sclerophytes, plants growing on forest and bushlands. Hydrophytes, its adaptation. In Greek, hydro means water, phyton is equals to plants. Water plant, plant growing on wet places or in water. Examples of hydrophytes are Utricularia, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Cara, Creatophyllum, Trapa. Factors affecting plants in aquatic environment. Growth of plants in the water are affected by temperature of water, osmotic concentration of water, toxicity of water, flow of water, dissolved oxygen in water and nutrients in water. Classifications of hydrophytes. Classification based on relation to water and air. Submerged hydrophytes, floating hydrophytes and amphibious hydrophytes. Submerged hydrophytes, plants grow below the water surface. They are not in direct contact with air. They may be rooted submerged hydrophytes. Example, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Potamogeton. Free floating submerged hydrophytes. Example, Utricularia, Creatophyllum. Floating hydrophytes, plants float on the surface of water. Plants contact with both air and water, may be or may not be rooted. Two types, free floating hydrophytes, non-rooted. Wolffia microscopia, floating but rooted hydrophytes, rooted in soil. Example, Nymphia, Nelumbium, Victoria regia. You can see the pictures of these species, Wolffia microscopia and Nymphia. Amphibious hydrophytes, plants adapted to both aquatic and terrestrial mode of life. They grow either on shallow water or muddy soil. Example, Oryza sativa, Marsilia, Sagittaria. Marsh plants, Shoot completely exposed to air, but roots are completely buried in the soil. Example, Cypress typha. Pictures of Marsilea, Sagittaria, Cypress and typha are given below. Adaptations of hydrophytes. These are of three types: morphological adaptations, anatomical adaptations and physiological adaptations. Morphological adaptations of hydrophytes. A. Root. It is poorly developed and reduced or absent. Roots are not required for absorption. Entire plant surface can absorb water and minerals. Root caps are usually absent. Root pockets or root sheets may develop for protection. In Juicea repens, two types of roots develops: normal roots, floating roots, negatively geotrophic and spongy. Floating roots keep the plant afloat. Morphological adaptations of hydrophytes. B. Stem. It is very delicate, usually green in color and sometimes modified into rhizome or runner. Leaves. In floating plants, leaves long, circular, green, thin and smooth. Leaves are long, circular, green, thin and smooth. Upper surface is exposed to the air, lower surface touches water. In lotus, petiole shows indefinite growth. Always keep the leaf floating. Heterophyll present in some plants. Morphologically different leaves. Submerged leaves are linear or ribbon-like or highly dissected. Floating leaves or aerial leaves are usually circular. Leaves. Leaves are free-floating. Hydrophytes are with smooth waxy surface. Wax coating protects the leaves from chemical and physical injuries. Prevent water clogging of stomata. Leaves of Acornia with swollen and spongy petiole. This provides buoyancy. Pollination and dispersal of fruits. It is carried out by the help of water. Vegetative reproduction. It is common method of reproduction. Anatomical adaptations of hydrophytes. The anatomical adaptations in hydrophytes are mainly at reduction in protecting structures, increase in the aeration, reduction of supporting or mechanical tissues, reduction in vascular tissues. Reduction in protecting structures. Cuticle is totally absent in submerged parts. In aerial parts may present as thin layer. Epidermis is not the protecting layer. Epidermal cells contains chloroplast. Epidermal cells can also absorb water and nutrients. Hypodermis poorly developed. Cell thin wall. Increase in the aeration. Stomata completely absent in submerged parts. Sometimes vestigial stomata is present. Exchange of gases takes place through these cell walls. In floating plants, stomata confined to upper epidermis. Erenchyma well developed in submerged plants. Air chambers filled with respiratory gases and moisture. You can see the pictures. Reduction of supporting or mechanical tissues. Mechanical tissues absent or poorly developed. Thick-walled sclerenchymatous cells are totally absent. Main functions of the root is to anchor in the soil. In Nymphia, special type of star-shaped lignified cells called as asterosclerids presents, which will provide mechanical support. Reduction in the vascular tissue. Vascular elements are poorly developed. Absorption of water, minerals takes place through cell surface. Little need of conduction tissue. Reduction in the vascular tissue. Xylem is highly reduced. Usually xylem represents few tracheids. Sometimes xylems not at all developed. Phloem usually ill developed, sometimes well developed. Vascular bundles arranged towards the center. Secondary growth is absent. Physiological adaptations of hydrophytes. Low osmotic concentration of cell sap. Osmotic concentration is equal or slightly higher to that of water. Water is absorbed by entire plant surface. Nutrients are absorbed by entire plant surface. Gaseous exchange takes place through the entire plant body or plant surface. Oxygen produced by photosynthesis is retained in the air cavities. This oxygen is utilized when required. Transpiration absent in submerged plants. Transpiration is absent in submerged plant. Emerged plants and floating plants have excessive transpiration. Mucilage cell produce mucilage. Mucilage prevent the decay of plant in the water. Xerophytes. Most plants have adaptation to conserve water, especially plants found in very hot and dry conditions, as water will evaporate very quickly. So they have evolved many adaptations that enable them to live where water availability is very low, and they are called xerophytes. Plants found in very cold and icy conditions are also called xerophyte, as the water in the ground is frozen and not available to them. Adaptations. A thick waxy cuticle. In most plants, some water can be lost by transpiration through the cuticle. However, a thick and waxy cuticle helps minimize water loss, therefore reducing the transpiration rate in the leaf. The cuticle helps seal in the water, making the leaves virtually waterproof as it is impermeable to water. Sunken stomata. Most xerophytes have their stomata located in pits, which reduce air movement, producing a microclimate. The climate of the very small or restricted area, especially when this differs from the climate of the surrounding area. Of still humid air that reduces the water vapor potential gradient and so reduces transpiration. Reduced stomata. Reducing the number of stomata in the leaves reduces the amount of water lost by transpiration, but it reduces the amount of gas exchange can take place as there are less of them. Reduced leaves. As an example of reduced leaves, in cacti has very few leaves, or they are thin needles. This means that they have significantly reduced SA-V ratio, minimizing the amount of water lost in transpiration. Hairy leaves. This creates a microclimate of still humid air, reducing the water vapor potential gradient and minimizing the loss of water by transpiration from the surface of the leaf. Maranam grass and cacti both have this adaptation, as maram grass has microheads in the stomata pits, and cacti normally have spines which are hairy, curled leaves. This confines all of the stomata within a microenvironment of still humid air to reduce diffusion of water vapor from the stomata. These leaves, they minimize the surface area of the leaf directly exposed to the sunlight and wind, thus minimizing evaporation and water loss. Maram grass is an example of having curled leaves. Succulent. They can store water in specialized tissue in the stem and roots called parenchyma. Water is stored when it is in good supply, and then it is used in the times of drought. The storage of water often gives succulent plants a more swollen and fleshy appearance than other plants. Cacti are the examples of succulent. Leaf loss. Plants can prevent water loss by simply losing their leaves when water is not available. Root adaptations. Long roots that grow deep into the ground that can penetrate several meters down, so they can access water that is long way underground. Also, a lot of root that are widespread and are shallow are able to absorb water that is available near the surface. Many cacti show both of these adaptations. Maram grass root system consists of long vertical roots that may go many centimeters into the sand. They also have horizontal modified stem from which many more roots develop from extensive network that help to change their environment and enable the sand to hold more water, avoiding the problems. Some problems will die or become dormant, leaving the seeds behind to grow when rain falls again. A few plants can withstand dehydration and recover as they appear dead, but when rain falls, the cells recover and the plant becomes green again. The ability to survive in this way is related to disaccharide triulose, which appears to enable the cell to survive unharmed. Thank you for watching the video.